What's happening? My prep. My, me. About my comments. By the way, I want to do my prep. Michael needs his own video. It's been a while since I've done a video, so Michael's has piled up. Mine has piled up. We're not looking at anything happening any day now, so I don't feel the urgency anymore to put videos out constantly. And I'm catching up on more sleep. What can I tell you? So Vanessa said something extremely good. 420/420. Remember, the abomination of desolation is on the next solar eclipse on 4/20/2023, which transfer portals back to when Trump said, "I've got it," the illness. And well, 420. So on April 20th at 4:20. So on 420 p.m. on April 20th is the day and time you're supposed to smoke the wacky weed, she said. 420 is when you're supposed to smoke weed. It's cannabis culture slang for marijuana and hashish, especially smoking around the time of 4:20 p.m. also refers to the cannabis-oriented celebrations that take place annually on 4/20, April 20th. Very good, Vanessa. That's good stuff. It says observance, observed by, cannabis counterculture, significance, celebrate cannabis. And the date, it says 4:20 p.m. on April 20th. Rocked. I shouldn't say rock that. That's their terms. I should just say bravo. Let's keep it out of the world as much as possible. What do you think? Bravo. Thank you so much. Good stuff, Vanessa. Well, that takes care of comments. Never fear. I've got enough to last a while. So did Michael send me this or Michael sent me this? I should have put it in his prep. Robert Carlyle comes to Antichrist in all four ciphers, the movie out in London on 4/26/07. I can't remember what this goes to. I need to move this to Michael's prep. Boom. Yeah, that way it'll go with something else. Oh, the movie 28 weeks later. Okay. But the thing that brings up the movie 28 weeks later, the lead character's name is Don. No last name given. So I did gematria on the actor played Don. His name is Robert Carlyle. Good stuff. Half was in Michael's prep, half was in the other. I didn't save it properly. So in all four ciphers, Robert Carlyle, the actor that played in 28 weeks later, his comes to Antichrist in all four ciphers, and his name and the character's name was Don for Don Trump. I mean, good grief. So 28 weeks later, after Trump goes down, 28 weeks later, rises the Antichrist. That is absolute, in my opinion, absolute, positive, firm commitment that the abomination of desolation is on April 20th, 201 days, if you include both dates, from October 2nd, event 201. They like to include both dates most times. They did with Trump on the inauguration. When was Trump inaugurated? Well, a lot of people tried to bend it to say that on the next day, on his first full term in office, it was 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. But that's not how they usually play the game. They like to include both dates, the beginning and ending date, which means the day Trump was inaugurated from the day he was born, including both dates, both end dates, both bookends, 70 years, 7 months, 7 days. So event 201 stands for the 201 days of the 4 horses of the apocalypse, and then Trump puts an end to it. He stops it. It's fascinating. So what I want to do, me. A new subfolder for October 2nd. Robert Carlyle comes to Antichrist and All Four Ciphers. The movie came out in London on 4/26/2007. A little bit before I got married to Candy. We know all about that, don't we? How that was all a lead in to the 88 Trump. But that brings up the movie 28 weeks later. The lead character's name is Don, no last name given. So I did gematria on the actor that is played Don. His name is Robert Carlyle. So I got these a little bit out of order. But you get the idea. Let's go back to my prep, me. And I did some gematria on this. That was the place where the lady worked in charade. Nothing really came up. Uresco. Michael might find something. Don gets shot and killed in the movie. I sent some stuff via email. I'm flabbergasted right now. This is crazy, Michael said. Again, I put in all these apparently in the wrong one. So the Robert Carlyle guy, whose name is Don in the movie, his character's name is Don, which his real name comes to Antichrist in All Four Ciphers. He's shot and killed. Trump's deadly sword wound is a bullet wound to the right eye. And he'll be shot in the arm also. More than likely, left arm. 10-2. I did some gematria on 10-2 for October 2nd. 1195, 582, and 97. Along with 25, 65, 29. 7, 7, 11, 11 were the numbers underneath the numerology. Whenever you do these, and the other one, it'll say like 10-2 for October 2nd. And the mat, it's loading. You see where it says underneath each number a 7, an 11, and 11. Michael would know what that means. I do not know what that means, but it's very interesting that you get 7-11 for October 2nd. The Great Conjunction. Oh, from the Great Conjunction is 650 days. And I sent Michael a video showing him how this brand spanking new painting of a building right next to me has this gigantic 650 painted. So Michael, that's why I sent that to you. And that is from the Great Conjunction to when Trump is going down. And they put a 650 on this building, just as big as you can possibly see it. And I just like, do they all know when all what I mean, are they just told to do these things? They don't know what they're doing, or they're told and they know. I don't know. But Michael, that's what that little 9-7 second text I sent you of that video with that 650 on the building. That's what that was for. I can step out my balcony and show it to y'all, but I'm on Zoom. Portal up, forward, backwards from October 2nd. What does that mean? you portal backwards 265 days, you get April 20th, 2021. If you portal forward 265 days, you land on October 2nd, 2022. So when you portal through, they portal back and forth to each other. Again, that's what the transfer portal is about. It takes you to and fro, the book of Revelation being opened over to the abomination of desolation. And as a coinkydink, on one of them, Trump said he had the illness. And the illness stands for what? Book of Revelation. It's the ritual for opening the book of Revelation, the illness is. Because that word comes to 66 in simple gematria, which is why Trump has a 66th floor penthouse on his 58-story building. Because he's all about the book of Revelation. His middle name is John, and John wrote the book of Revelation. So you get two. When you key in CORONA, also known as slang RONA, but you got to spell the whole word out. It's a 6-letter word. That comes to 66, giving you 666. But it's 66. That's the key, which means I told y'all all along that this was the ritual of the deadly wound. The deadly wound opens up the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation is the 66th book in the Bible, and the CORONA comes to 66. You know, it's just, it's too simple, but you have to do a lot of work to get there. Why? Because who else is giving you this? Is any of the stars giving you this? Theology Ed? They give you good stuff, but they're not giving you the nuts and bolts of nothing. Or they will spread out and lay it out over long, but they don't pound it. They let your mind drift to other things. Not good, I say. By the way, that 10-2, it came to Soleimani, plane crash, which is how Donnie Darko gets killed, or a jet engine. Comes to right eye, 10-2 comes to right eye, plane crash, Soleimani, build a wall, Rotary, which was on one of the stamps in charade, and Rotary Club, by the way, equals October 2nd. Club. I don't really know what that means. Horseman, again, opens up the book of Revelation, 10-2. Horseman. I am goddess. Deadly, VACCINE, the Pokepoke. The death card, ooh, the deadly wound. It's a hoax, and we've told you it will be a false flag event. And CHINA, PLAGUE. That's what Trump likes to call it. CHINA, PLAGUE. That's what 10-2 comes to. Portal up, portal backwards. Since it's on day 275, October 2nd, 2022, we portal up 265 days on April 2nd. Again, these are two connect via the portal. Did anything happen on April 20th, 2021? Well, April 20th is the 110th day of the year. The Twin Towers, 110 stories. One World TC Trade Center is 94 floors. So back to April 20th, 2021, this happened. The state of Minnesota versus Derek Michael Chauvin was found guilty of all charges in the murder of George Floyd, which was the PSYOP, and they all wore their 88 jerseys. I think we're just all over this October 2nd to April 20th thing. I think we're just, Michael has said more than 5 times or more to me via text or on phone call, that this was the greatest find that we've made. And I said, well, not until it's confirmed. But the transfer portal does tell us about these dates, but tells us about everything else. So I would say the transfer portal was the best gift the Lord gave us. But if he goes down on October 2nd, you can rest assured that, of course, this would be the biggest gift the Lord could give us, is when the book of Revelation is being opened in advance. And the fact that I believe he has given us also the abomination of desolation date. Who else did he give that to? Nobody. So we are here. This is about us. It's not about me or Michael or anybody individually or any group of individuals. It is about the collective of the church, period, his sheep. Do all sheep know this? No, but we happen to be a church here. And you're here. We're all equal parts. Like the Bible verse that talks about all the parts of the body being the whole of the body. The body is the church. Well, maybe I'm the eyes and Michael's the ears. Or I'm the mouth, Michael's the eyes. Jamie's the ears, Jamie's the eyes, Michael's the ears. I'm the mouth. Doesn't matter. Or we're all ears, we're all eyes, we're all mouth. The videos would be the mouth. Somebody over there is the hands, somebody over there is the arms. All equal in the eyes of the Lord. But this is the amazing part of it will be is we won't be able to say, see, I told you so on the internet to my Facebook friends, Instagram friends, because I think enough calamity and chaos will take place leading up to it, weeks in advance, at least a few weeks in advance, where the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook will all be down. They'll say that it's leading to the chaos. And all you'll have is your state-run news. And so when he goes down, I won't anybody be able to go, hey, it's Donnie Darko date. That's why we do it. That's why I'm doing it all over my Facebook now. Just like I can tell you who I think is going to win the Super Bowl, I'll tell you when I think it's going to happen. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Hey, I thought the Jets would win the Super Bowl. And what do you know the Raiders did? Heidi Bowl. No, I was wrong. But if you're right, it's good stuff. Good. So good. What else happened on April 20th? Oh, that high school, Columbine, San Francisco earthquake and fires. 6 years later, San Francisco earthquake and fires. That same year, Fenway Park played Boston Red Sox. Excuse me, at Fenway Park, Boston Red Sox and the New York Highlanders. You got to be kidding me. Michael, Highlanders. Trump's a Highlander. So there was a team called the New York Highlanders. You have got to be kidding me. And I did that movie a long time ago called Highlander. Oh my goodness gracious. Did I put that in the article? Scot-free expression, Trump the Highlander. Valentine's Day, the French Connection movie, Trump Antichrist. I can't believe that. I absolutely can't believe that it doesn't come up in a search. Absolutely horrible of me. Donald Trump, Antichrist, part 17. That's all it says. Donald Trump. An hour and a half I did, and you can't even search it. But thankfully, the Lord had me put the Highlander thumbnail on there. That whole movie was nothing but about the Highlander. And how come, as I go through it, I don't see Highlander? Michael Caine again. The Prestige. Here it is. It's all Highlander stuff. God, I give up, folks. I really do. Honestly. See the stag? Staghorns right over Trump's head. Just like you do an iPad goat. That's what I was showing. How the staghorns are right over that girl's, right over Trump's head. He says, it's the devil's work. You're immortal, blah, blah, blah. The whole movie. The whole movie is nothing but about Sean Connery, James Bond, 007. He says, you cannot die, McLeod, accept it. Because the Antichrist can't die. Comes back from the dead. Like Jesus can't die. There's a staghorns over Trump's head. And in the movie, The Highlander. You get over there and you got the staghorns over his head. But there were like 20,000 other things in the movie that showed you that it was Trump. And it was just, there's staghorns over his head. It just, it's Donald Trump Antichrist part 17. You looking for some action? That's some great action. All right, I changed the title and everything. October 2nd, bigger than we thought. What's that about? That's interesting. Done on May 3rd, 2021. Get rid of that. All right, search it. Still not up there. Maybe it will later on after it cycles through. I don't know. Maybe they got to sleep on it. But it's Donald Trump Antichrist part 17. Christ 17. There it is. Revelation 13 verse Revelation 17. Nope, that's not it. There it is right there. Donald Trump Antichrist part 17. So Trump Antichrist 17 will give it in a search. Y'all want to put it on the Roku or PlayStation to put it up on your flat screen, smart TV. It's an hour and a half. You won't be wondering who the Antichrist is anymore once you watch that. That's what that whole Antichrist series is about. Let's keep going. More April 20th of 1972, Apollo 16's lunar module carrying astronauts John landed on the moon. Ah! Either from Roman numerals, Super Bowl 57. I sent this to Michael. Either from Roman numerals or spelling it out or using initials with numbers, I wonder if Super Bowl 57 would come to Abomination of Desolation. 57 is quite the number in my numbering system and would be the next Super Bowl, of course. That would not be taking place due to World War III. So Super Bowl 57 in any way that you could research it, Michael, anytime you got time, that, if it brings up Abomination of Desolation, ooh, that would be big. So Trump's birthday is 200 days to the end of the year, which of course meant 201. 201 days to count in, double check. Trump was born on date 165. Yeah. Ooh. October 2nd. Ooh, it's got 802 for October. Octagon, 8 sides. October 2nd. Texas Trump, 88. 022. It has an 802 in the middle for October 2nd. Oct means 8. It was once the 8th month. So cryptically, the whole 88022 is October 2nd. Because Donnie Darko, 88. October 2nd, 1988. And I'm saying it's this coming October 8th. 2022, 88, 22 with the 802 in the middle. Now, what if Trump went down August 2nd? Because that's when I sat Candy down, told her I wanted a divorce. It's the only other date I think it could be. In other words, the October 2nd of Donnie Darko is really August 2nd. August 2022 calendar. And the beauty of August 2nd, it's probably all hinging around at the time. There's your Till Tuesday. It's all hinging around at the time of when Sirius rises. If we find out that Sirius rises on October 3rd or October 4th, probably October 4th, which is my first wife's birthday, I do think we have to look at August 2nd also. That the Donnie Darko movie was October 2nd, really pointing to August 2nd, which does happen to be the day that I sat Candy down and told her I wanted a divorce, which is like the 86ing of the 88. I think we have to really take a hard look at August 2nd. I'll do more research into that as far as portaling back, portaling over. If you were to portal oh, I'm not on the transfer portal date. Let's go to the transfer portal. Try it again, 204 days, August 2nd. If you portal back, lands on June 20th. Summer solstice 2022. It's on 21st. Usually it's 21st, sometimes 20th. Okay. It's last day of spring. Portals back to. I can never search. They never tell us when Sirius is rising. Sirius, the dog star, rises in August 2022. highest point in the sky on New Year's Eve. The so-called dog days of summer ended on the 11th with a return. The end of the dog days of summer 2022.
In the United States of America, dog days will start on Sunday, July 3rd, and will end on Thursday, August 11th.
Sirius rise on August 11th, so that would be August 9th if he was to go down then. But if he goes down on the 2nd, it would be 9 days. It doesn't really go with anything. Oh, that's the full moon. Oh boy, 8/11. It is. The full moon is when Sirius rises. Wow, that's so freaky. Sturgeon moon, August 11th. Sirius rises, August 11th. Same day, 88. Man. But you know what? It's got to be the October 2nd because of 201 days. Right? You add it, it's February 19th, 2023. There's no reason to subtract it, but why not January 13th? So I'm going to go with October 2nd as the 802. And the 802, the 8th month, which is really October 2nd. Now, you go September, October, then you go November, December, January, February. So it's 24. It's 2 months from when I sat her down and 4 months after the October 2nd date. October 2nd is 2 months after and 4 months before the divorce and 2 months after I sat her down. Because remember, I sat her down and told her I want a divorce October 2nd, and exactly 6 months to the day later was the divorce on Groundhog Day. The Lord put that absolute perfection into it. Because everything, my marriage, the divorce, everything was about Trump and the coming end times, opening of the book of Revelation. Sorry I spent so much time on that. Plenty of time to research, plenty of things. I asked Michael to research and to take his time with it. We've got at least until August 2nd to let's recap all these things in Gematria. White horse, first horse, crowning, crowning day, apocalypse, apocalypse now, right eye wound, Trump horse, Drumpf horse, chapter 6, Revelation 6, horn crowned, horn crowning, horn horse. Again, just save this to a folder, take your time with it all. Anything else that comes up. Also, Gematria search, storms coming, coming storm, the coming storm. See if any of those things point to 10/2 or October 2 or October 2nd. The MARTIAL law game on October 17th. This past year, it'll be 1 year to the day that our country would declare MARTIAL if Trump does go down on October 2nd. This is more reason why we think it would happen. Again, unless all these Octobers are really pointing to the 8th month, which is August. That would be August 17th, that we would have MARTIAL. Now, the beauty of all this happening on August 2nd, that means I get my summer break, and then we usually return back to work. around the first week in August. So it's like, hey, go back to work. Hey, you don't really have to work. It's the end of the world. He had 2 months off. Sol Anheim. What was that about? I don't know. Oh, Soleimani, the guy. We need to take a look at everything about that Soleimani guy and that Soleimani date and portal it back and portal it through. And yeah. Trump and Soleimani. It was January 3rd when he went down, right? Soleimani is killed.
January 3rd, 2020, Baghdad International Airport, Baghdad, Iraq.
Hang on just a quick second. So the transfer portal, when you portal back to the Soleimani death, portal back forward, and you get January 17th, 2023. I mean, if Trump's still alive, that's a great date. They got to kill 2 billion in 3 months, 4 months. They can do that. They can kill 2 billion in 4 months. It's hard to kill with famine in 4 months, but this might be when the bomb goes off. And IPEC GOAT when they show the big gigantic nuclear blast. Another thing to look at, May Day or Mayday, Mayday. Would any of that come to October 2nd or 10-2 or 802 or 82? The most sought after stamp in the world in the movie Charade had an 82 on it, which of course stands for October 2nd. I'll replay that scene. I'll put the DVD back in. I'll show you the stamps. It had a bull's horn on it, looked like a devil. And yeah. I forgot. I'll show you the end of Sharky's machine too. The falling from that stunt scene and all that. I forgot to show you that. Anyway, that's just for trivia's sake. 9/11 Lone Stars, a TV show. Wonder what that comes to. Sent that to myself and Michael. Multiples of 37. This is freaky. Remember how I showed you through the transfer portal that 37, remember the 37 is the 12th prime number. 12th is the number of the church. 37 was Earl's number. 37044. You know, we portal back 37 days, we land on that solar eclipse. We portal up 37 days, we land on the snow full moon. And the second sets of 37 landed on my second wife's birthday and or March 25th. And it was the end or the beginning of the archway, depending on which way you're going. I've explained that archway many times, but if you're not sure, I can just ask in the comments and I'll redo it. But you start going through the multiples of 37. You do get the 222, which is the Eve and the rib. It's all about Eve. You get a 333. You get 370, which were Earl's first 3 digits. You get the 444, which was the first 3 digits of the Dark Knight Academy of Motion Pictures number. It was 44427. You get 518, which was my marriage to Candy. My marriage number to Candy, 3 digits. Remember, me and my first wife came to 5176. So you take that 517 and roll it up to 518. You also get the 555 at the 15. 15 is my third marriage number progression if you add 5 plus 5 plus 5 or a 5 and a 5 and a 5. 629 was what Candy and the kids came to, and my first wife was 628, and Candy and her kids came to 629, so it was a wife progression. 18 multiples of 37, 18 comes to 666. So all of these are very, very significant. There's your 74. So you get your 10th multiple is 370. So there's your 37. The 20th multiple is 740. There's your 74, your 37, and your 74. That's just basic math, times 10 times 20, doubling up. Times 21, you get 777. Times 24, you get 888. It was just, you know, from all the things. Remember, I played for Teamsters 444, which is the 12th multiple of the 12th prime number, which is 37. It's just fascinating. 8:15 p.m. versus August 15th. The square of October 2nd, 2022 is at 8:15 p.m. When we portal back 148 days, we do land on August 15th, which is 8/15/2021. It's probably a week lead, I said. Up 148 days is June 7th, 2022, the opposite of December 7th. Opposite days matter. I just went over that with you earlier. Michael Jackson and Farrah Fawcett died on, well, allegedly died on June 25th, which is the opposite of Christmas. Farrah Fawcett had my divorce date of February 2nd, or Groundhog Day. When was this? Wednesday? How many more things did I put? Because now you know why this one's all about me, because tomorrow I'll do one with all of Michael's prep. All right, so I don't know what this is about. Let's take a look at it. The Chinese New Year to the Trump offing date is 243 days. But if you include that end date, it's 244 days. And Michael, May Day, you know who May Day is, Michael. Somebody I've discussed with Michael, born on that day. That's 244 days left in the year. It's 121, born on 121 with 244 left. So now if you do that to August 2nd, just out of curiosity, it's 183 days. And that number's been coming up a lot lately, the 83. I'll tell you what, man, I'm sure going to keep my eyeballs open, because they might have known that we would have went to 201 days for event 201, but we've got to try to stay one step ahead of them. Is it really August 2nd? I don't know. I'm just telling you. Keep your eyes on your fries. Keep your eyes on your fries. Oh, and the 244, that's Candy's number. Don't forget. She's October times 28th times 1973, 244. And that's 244 days from the Chinese New Year to the Trump offing date, if it's October 2nd. If you include both dates, Chinese New Year date and the October 2nd date, you get the 244. Studying in school, 2nd grade, mind conditioning for future events. Tsunamis. Where's the picture? Today's, when I was working with a student, their assignment for a 2nd grader was tsunamis. Telling what tsunamis were. Just conditioning the old brain. Now, Matt Pazzulo emailed me. He said, Marvel, new movie about seeing becoming demons and bowing down to someone, getting people ready for signs and miracles. Egypt and occult signs everywhere. Pretty creepy. Well, here's the deal. This is what I told Matt. And thank you for sharing that, Matt, because that's good content that we need to share here. And there's no way to expand this so y'all can see it. Anyway, this new Marvel movie, whatever it is, they're not conditioning us. They're not going to be getting us ready or getting goats ready for signs and miracles. They're handed over to it. In other words, if there was no conditioning ever done, they just like showing it off. It's lesser magic to show it before it happens. It's lesser magic. They get spiritual powers from that, from their satanic cult spiritual power world that Satan and they all give to the humans, and they all get these ritual powers or powers for performing these lesser magic rituals. But people don't need to be conditioned to be handed over to a strong delusion that they would believe a lie, because Jesus said, if it were possible, even the very elect would be fooled. It will be that strong. And I just made that point back to Michael on it. I mean, to Matt on an email. And I know Matt understands it all. He gets it all. But I was just always like taking things to the next level for perspective. So Trump, Batman, bat out of Hellsinger, supposedly died. And of course, he died at the age of 74, the second multiple of 37. Which again goes back to October 28th or March 25th. And don't forget, Candy, her name literally says C with an and in the middle, C and Y. That's Candy. And when you portal back 74 days, you literally land on the C and the Y, March 25th. It's fascinating, isn't it? It's just using the CDC timeline, they include Trump getting the illness. Why is that? Why in the world would you sit there? You're the CDC.gov and you're given timelines for the illness. And you mean to tell me, like, it gives death tolls, it gives New Zealand declares this, food insecurity among Americans, blah, blah. But all over here, October 2nd, 2020, President Trump test positive for the coronavirus. Why do you put that in there? Now, August 2nd was nothing. August 2nd was nothing. Just keep that in mind. But boy, Trump says, I got it. I got to go with October 2nd, man. It's just too obvious. But, we'll keep an eye on August 2nd. We'll keep an eye on it. I guess they're going to make me go back to work for 2 full months. Ugh. Well, I just start using all my vacation days, like use all 10 days up in that amount of time. Be stokes. I mean, you're not going to have any vacation days. We won't need them, boss. It's okay. Won't need them. So did anything happen on April 20th? No. But it's odd that on the next day, April 21st, U.S. surpassed 2 million poked. They're quite proud of that. Fascinating. Corn equals 66. Already told you about that one. Meatloaf Singer, told you about that one. And then my last one to Michael. I saw a video that somebody put out today that I follow. I follow a ton of people. It says, what a flippin' insane world we live in. Well, the thumbnail, if you can see it, is it's a mad, 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 mad world logo from the movie. It's a mad, 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 mad world. It's a mad, 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 mad world. I told Michael, the funniest movie I'd ever seen in my life. It had every single comedian you could possibly imagine. I was a child and I watched it, and it was, well, go back to Donnie Darko, the song Mad World by Tears for Fears. It's a mad, 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 mad world, Wikipedia. It came out on November 7, which is the Bible verse, Revelation 11:7. The beast rises ascends out of the bottomless pit. This movie had Spencer Tracy, Milton Berle, Sid Caesar, Buddy Hackett, Ethel Merman, Mickey Rooney, Dick Shaw, Phil Silvers, Terry Thomas, Jonathan Winters, Eddie Adams, Dorothy Provine, Jimmy Durante, and tons of others. This thing is 202 minutes long. The original cut. Y'all, that's well over 3 hours. 180 minutes is 3 hours. It was a 3 hour and 322. Are you kidding me? Did I do that math right? 180. That's 190. 200. Now. Yeah. Hold on. 180 is one. Well, I mean, 180 is 3 hours. Then 190, that's 10 more minutes. 200 is 20 minutes. 3 hours, 20 minutes, plus the 2 minutes, 322. That is 322 minutes. The original. Premiere cut goes down to 192. Theatrical cut 161. So they basically made it 2.5 hours in the theaters. Unbelievable. It's a mad, 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 mad world scene clip. It's all about the big W. It's all about the big W.
America's most reliable network.
Was no better movie if you're looking for comedy. And it was made when? 1963, same year Charade came out. So my favorite murder mystery romantic comedy, I mean, it had everything. It was the same year
One
also.
share for being one person, one share for going down the hill, one share for the truck, and
I'll start laughing just watching it. If you knew how funny this movie was. Nothing funnier than this movie. Nothing funnier than this movie.
one share for being a person in the truck. But no matter how you figure it out, I still don't get as much as anybody else. Look, let me explain it once more. Those over there, they get tax-free.
This guy is driving his vehicle and he dies. I mean, he literally kicks a bucket, but he tells them about all this money that's at the big W. And they're all witness to it. They all pulled over to help the guy, in the car accident. And he told them where all this money was. And I'm telling you, all these people on their way to this big W in Los Angeles or San Diego, somewhere nice and pretty over there. Laguna Beach. I don't know. It was like one of those beach cities. What beach in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World? Long Beach. Long Beach, tic tac, crack a gat, watch your back. So they end up all needing help. They all bring in about an extra 5 to 10 people. And by the time this movie ends, there's like 50 people all scrambling around looking for this big W.
Well, I mean, if we go down to this park and we uncover the money and we have it, I mean, I'm sure it's like non-taxable income.
I'm sitting here laughing. Just thinking about this movie, man. When I tell you there was no funnier movie ever made.
It's like a gift.
But sure, if we find the money, we still have to report the taxes. Otherwise, it's like stealing from the government.
Oh, brother, look,
Trying to say is, listen, everybody has to pay taxes.
Simply means 8 shares. 3 for us, 2 for you.
This is hopeless. We're gonna get no place if we're gonna.
well, you heard everybody's.
Look, we figured it 17 different ways. And every time we figured it, win, right. Except you, lady. May you just drop dead.
All right. We all agree on that. Now, look,
We
let's be
all agree on that. Her dropping dead. Oh,
sensible about this thing. There's money in this for all of us, right?
what's this?
There's enough for you.
What's this? What's this? This is so funny. There's enough for you?
There's enough for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I pause just so you get the old, what do you call it? The fair use, educational.
And for me.
What's this? And for me, and watch.
And for you.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
enough.
Well, they all take off. Commentary, fair use. I'm telling you, for educationals. There's something about this movie, though. There's tells in this movie, man. There's too much. There's too many. I guess if I brought you the trailer, I'd kind of give you the whole synopsis, kind of give you a little bit of everything. Official trailer.
A United Airlines jet lands in Los Angeles, launching the biggest entertainment airlift in motion picture history.
Wow, they really pushed this movie, didn't they?
The world's press, some 300 newsmen from 4 continents, arrived for the Hollywood premiere of Stanley Kramer's.
Now, again, this was a thumbnail used in a video that I follow, and they're talking about It's a Mad World. And don't forget, Mad World, just Mad World, was a Tears for Fears song using Donnie Darko. So there might be some gematria in that, Michael.
There was a certain amount of money buried down in this pond. Now, I suggest that we quietly get into our cars, and then when we get down there, we dig up the money, providing that there is
So the trailer's showing what we just saw, of course, but it'll move through the rest of the movie.
some money there.
There's only one way to figure it, and that is every man for himself.
And so begins the maddest, wildest, zaniest chase ever filmed, as our merrymakers race across country, by land, by sea,
Phil Silvers ends up getting involved, of course.
by air.
Ah, did y'all see that? I saw it. Y'all saw the little Yoni action there.
Or somewhere there's a fortune in buried treasure. Which one of our Mad World comedy stars will be the first to reach it?
Now, where have I always told
Yeah, that's the beach, Long Beach.
you that the Smiler hid the dough? Where? Right there.
The world's
Michael, that's right below you in San Diego.
critics go stark raving mad, mad, mad. The wildest chase comedy on record, raved the New York Journal American.
Nobody's gonna get me up in the air.
A smash. Has more laughs than any other comedy in the history of the screen, raved the Los Angeles.
And it's just nonstop. Like it's nonstop. slapstick comedy. Make them airport movies look like a mystery drama.
Angeles Herald Examiner.
Why can't you have a little confidence in me?
I wonder what kind of tells I want to get in this movie.
You can't afford to miss.
Ethel Merman calls up her son because she's tired of getting treated rudely, and he's like, "Mama, I'm coming to save you, Mama."
This wildest comedy ever filmed, added the Boston Record American.
Of course, Thurston Howell III's the drunk pilot
Help! Help! Reggie, say something.
because he's passed out.
Everything you've heard is true. It's the biggest entertainment that ever hit the screen with laughter.
No! Left runner! No!
Wild and hilarious all the way. It's a mad
Jeez, I think it's 3.5 minutes long.
world is everything its extravagant title suggests, says the New York Times. A wham-doodle, humdinger, stemwinder, said the New York World Telegram and Sun. Great Britain's Manchester Guardian applauded with exuberant, exhilarating, triumphant,
Red and black, red and black, red and black.
marvelous, wild, prodigious slapstick, explained the New York Post. Everyone who's
Red and black's all right, Jack. Red and yellow's a killer fella.
ever been funny is in it.
Our traffic is so congested.
Of course, Spencer Tracy turns bad cop. He goes for the money also.
Mass confusion on wheels. But Detroit is adroit. What they'll do in Detroit is make bigger automobiles.
I'm coming to get you, Mama. Mama, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to save you, Mama.
So be a happy fellow. Be a clown boy.
Commentary fair use.
Mellow. Get off the shelf and enjoy your
It's Peter Falk. That was a cab driver.
It's a man.
But they don't take you to the big W? I can't believe that. It's a mad, 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 mad world, the big W. Oh, the big W. Now they all make it to the park.
It's a big W.
Did I ruin it for you? I didn't realize they're going to show it to you.
Look at it.
They found it. It's buried underneath the big W.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Finch. I'm afraid it's too late. I
Commentary fair use.
think they found it.
Here's Peter Falk. Columbo.
Congratulations. Well done.
Listen, I think the big boy here should get an extra share from all of us. After all, it was he who found it. Yes, I insist he gets an extra share. That's right, he deserves an extra share. Well, Well, look, why don't we just start digging for it right now? Suppose somebody comes along, what do we tell them?
Well, we could just say that we're here with an anthropological expedition.
We don't tell them anything. We tell them to hit the road or we'll beat their brains in.
It's a nice dream.
I think Spencer Tracy's going to run off with the guy's wife.
Lasted almost 5 minutes.
Dude, so watch him lift it. Watch it. Don't bug me, man. He was a beatnik. That's her husband. She's looking at her husband like he's insane because they all lost their minds over this money. Because our world will be mad during the apocalypse, trying to survive. That's what they can't wait. I mean, and Donnie Darko, when he says burn it to the ground. I mean, so he's wondering who he is. He's like, where'd you come from? You weren't with us. And he's the police officer. About to leave his whole family and everything, take the money and run. He's going to act like a cop. Well, I mean, he's going to be a cop. He's going to pull the cop thing and say, confiscate the money. Y'all are all under, you know. But they ain't got that far yet. They're just... Anyway. All right, just had to share that with y'all. And you know me and movies. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't got nothing. I got UFC pay-per-view. Football's fake. I'm single. I asked a lady out the other day at work. She's got a boyfriend. I knew she did, but jeez. Anyway, y'all. Love ya. Michael, we're going to do yours. Always say the best for last, and you might end up watching this and doing even more. But Michael's prep, y'all, is enormous. Look at that. Right? I mean, that's some serious prep right there, y'all. So, hold on. We've already looked at a lot of this, I think. Messier with Trump. Did we? Michael, when was the last time I did your stuff? Because this says dated, Mike. This is dated 1/13, and there's a lot I didn't move over. Oh, I did go all through it. Here's the non. It's the blue highlighted. Yeah. So Michael doesn't have a lot of prep. Let's just go ahead and do his. Released in the US on 6/14/2019, Trump's birthday, Bill Murray stars in the zombie movie, The Dead Don't Die. Comes to The Storm 56, which is Super Bowl 56. Hunger Games 119. All right, Michael. Good stuff. Thank you, sir. Air Force One film. When Trump announced as the new president, he was introduced to the theme from the Air Force One called The Parachutes. The Parachutes comes to February 8th, February 5th, Florida Gators, Black Thursday, Dollar Collapse, American Sniper, President Harris, Stock Market Crash, and Jewish. So February 8th, February 5th, you could be looking at a number, a dollar crunch. Revenge is definite. Drone strike targets Trump and video. Oh yeah, the Iranian deal. Revenge is definite. Comes to Donald Trump death. January 19, already passed it. Back to the Future. I'm the Antichrist. February 6th, coming right up. Right. Military false flag shooting, and Lombardi Trophy, which of course is on February 13th. Man of Steel movie released on Trump's birthday, 2013. Man of Steel comes to President, Apollyon, Martial Law, 911, Donnie Darko, which is October 2nd, and Ronald McDonald, the two twins, Ronald and Donald Trump. Ronald Donald. Donald J. Trump also. October 2nd, 138 matches Donald Trump. Michael found some good stuff, man. October 2nd matches Master Mason, Ron DeSantis, Anticristo, Happy Monday, La Palma Volcano, Crazy Horse, one of the books that guy made that Trump toured with. The Web's Best Gematria calculator says that October 2nd comes to 138, which is Trump. The following is also a match of 10-2, for October 2. And he is giving the 7/7/11/11. Oh, this is his reply to mine. And it says, the following also matches 10/2. Gyllenhaal, which in Donnie Darko is Jake Gyllenhaal. And in The Dark Knight, which is about the right eye being darkened, which we showed you the eye block all over the right eye when he was wearing the cowl at the end of the movie. That's Maggie Gyllenhaal was in that movie. So Gyllenhaal is a tremendously huge name. And 10/2 comes to Gyllenhaal. Also comes to Save America, Second Seal, Tsunami, Donald John, Tidal Wave, Lockdown, Cataclysm, and Chandler Bing. I only added this because of your Bing, Bing, Bing. Yeah, I wanted to look at Bing, just the name Bing. He said such a small word, just a lot of general stuff came up. The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot. April is the cruelest month. It will be for the sheep. Major events on and around April 20th. Some of the largest events in American history. Of course, we already discussed the high school deal. And Michael says HOAX on that. And I can't argue any of that at this point, y'all. The BP Deepwater Horizon. That's right. April 20th. That's when it exploded. Bay of Pigs invasion. Oklahoma City bombing was the day before it. See, that would represent war. The day before it, which would represent everything up to that, you know, and then of course on that day he puts a stop to everything. The shot heard around the world. Again, day before it, leading up to it. Waco Branch Davidians. The Boston Marathon thing was April 15th. Lincoln died from his wounds on April 15th. Notre Dame Cathedral file, April 15th. Sinking of Titanic, April 14th. Civil War begins April 12th. FDR dies April 12th. Good stuff, Mike. That's a lot of research, man. Jessica Rosen-Workel took over as head of the FCC on Pearl Harbor Day. FCC, control of 5G. Jessica Rosenwood comes to 119 and depopulation agenda. Michael wants me to watch this movie called Grimsby. He says there's more tells about Trump. So I will. I'll get it immediately. Thank you, Michael. The Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. Batcoin, Bat Virus. Dow Jones Average, founded on February 16th, 1885. That's when it was founded. It's freaky because we could have a nice little CRASH. All right, so we've got Michael's prep, my prep, all the comments did and done. Sorry for a long video. Won't hear from me in a while unless y'all make some comments. Then Michael shares some info or find something new, come up with, more stuff. All right. Love y'all.